here on bures. We're on a little MPEG basically in the corner. There's my bait tray. I need to sort this out yet. So, but I plan on fishing this with some 8mm pellets in the margin down here, with some 6mm cube lunch meat and nip and loose feed as well. And then I've got some casters that are like still defrosting, which ain't too bad. I'm just going to start off on maggots. And then I've also got some red and white magpies. And then I've got the 3 rigs for today. Is a 4x14, which I was catching really nice roach on yesterday. This is me 0.75 gram Drennan G tip. That's for me worm caster line. And this is me 4x16, which is my hemp rig. Or is this one? No, this one's my hemp rig. This one's gonna be my maggot line. So yeah, that's the plan of attack. And then I'm gonna auto-cake this one to the margins as well, because I won't be fishing too far from margins. And then yeah, so that's my plan of attack. Hopefully my worms are still alright, because I ain't used them in a while. Where are they? Where's the worms? Go get some perch on the cave. Yeah, my worms are all good. That's fine. Let's put a dollop of them in there. Chop them up. Put them in there with some caster. Some casters. And then, yeah, we come down here yesterday. It was lovely and hot yesterday, as some of you know. It was lovely and warm. Let's sort this tray out. If I get rid of that lid. There we go. Yeah, as you know, as most of you know, it was lovely and warm down in the UK yesterday. I think it was 20 degrees where I am now, yesterday. It's in the same peg. Yeah, 20 degrees. So yeah, it's a lovely little lake. It's an amazing little lake, to be fair. And I can feel myself just falling backwards to my left. So I'm just going to tighten up. Yeah. Just going to tighten up this leg quickly. I'm going to follow up and see what happens. But I do not think I was fishing bottom. I think I was fishing a lot longer than that. I think I had to slide it up a whole winder. Or half a winder. That sits about right. I think that sits about right. Yeah, that looks right now. Now it looks as if it's with me off there, whether it actually is. Yeah. That looks right now. That looks how it was sitting yesterday. Now I wonder if that will go under. If I get a bite and it goes under straight away, then I'll definitely know that was the depth I was at yesterday. Because I think I moved the float up the line a little bit to get it on the winder last night. So it could just mean that I moved the depth and changed the depth about, yeah. That's why I weren't getting no bites. That's why I weren't getting no bitey whiteys. I need to strike a bit harder than that. But where I'd pushed it up the winder, I'd actually changed the depth majorly. And if I remember correctly yesterday, I think there's like a little weedy bit on the bottom. And there's like a clear patch where I was fishing, so they're just mooching around that clear patch. There we go. Oh, that's a nice fish. It's a nice fish to start the session. I had one little rod. Oh, I ain't swinging this roach. I didn't want to swing the roach because it's a lovely fish. I've only got 1 pound bottom on. Not that it's going to weigh a pound. It's probably not even over 7 ounces, but let's get rid of that hook. So in comparison to my hand, how big is? Now, do we need fresh maggots is the question. We could do one new fresh. I'll put 2 fresh maggots on. I won't be stingy, guys. I won't be stingy. Pardon me. Oh, it's too much of that Coke Cola in the morning. And a good old McDonald's breakfast. McDonald's breakfast. But before I carry on fishing, guys, I'm going to feed. That was really short. The maggots just went all over my fingers and went at such a weird angle. There we go. Before I carry on fishing, we're going to go and have a little look at the swim with you guys. And I'm going to, because I'm going to come back to this rig, I'm just going to leave that there. It's not in the water, it's all hooked up. I'm going to go to the annoying orange bazaar. I've all my gear there. Here we go. This is my swim. Guys, how neat and tidy does that look? We're going to go see Bazaar. Is Bazaar smoking a fag?
No, I'm having to roll up.
Oh. Say hello, Baz.
There you go. Free Willy.
Let's zoom in on his face, look. Where's your rod, Baz?
Not too bad. I had a liner on that one earlier. Be careful with a cage feeder going on that one.
Where is it?
2 mil boilies. 2 mil pellets, sorry.
Yeah.
With a bloodworm boilie. But I've had nothing since. That one's got a maggot cage feeder with some maggots on a hair rig. See how that one goes. If that doesn't catch anything in the next hour, I'll change rods and put a pellet.
Roughly where is the right rod, Baz?
Right rod's literally just in between the island and the bank here, so it's just in the middle.
What, this one here? This one's your left rod, your sausage.
This left rod.
That one's your right rod.
Oh, left rod.
Where's that one out in the middle?
The right one's out in the middle, the left one's just in between the 2 islands.
Oh, okay.
And later on, depending how the weather goes, I might stick one just over in the corner there.
Over near the tree?
Just before the tree line.
Okay.
See how that goes. Fingers crossed I get something, because I blanked here last time. Just play it by ear, see how it goes, isn't it?
Yep. I've caught a rod so far and a really nice roach.
It's right for some, isn't it?
It went from there to there.
Ooh.
It was a very nice roach, it was for me first. I realised I made the mistake. Thank you. I made the mistake of last night when I put the rig back on the winder, I pushed the float majorly up the winder. So I was like, oh, why is the float so close to the pole tip?
Yeah.
So I plumbed up, but they're not on the bottom. And then I moved the pole float down more, so it's come up in the water more. And it's somehow it's gave me a nice roach.
Ooh.
Little roach, the one.
I got here earlier.
Yeah.
Me being the sausage I am, I dropped my maggot pot down and we had must have got something big
In the reeds.
And
Yeah.
it's scarpered.
It'll come back. Give it a couple of hours, it'll come back.
Just in between there the maggots. Give it another half hour or so. If nothing, then I'll switch over to the red robin pellets. They seem to work over it apparently.
I had a nice carp swirl in my area over near the reeds over there as well earlier. Just right in that corner. Right over here. I shall let you get on with it. I'm going to catch another roach. Bye, Bazaar. Right, so we're now midday. The wind has picked up a little bit. The wind's picked up a little bit, so we've now got a nice ripple across the whole lake. Look, it's actually lovely. I can't fish over me 6 metre line because I just won't get any bites, so I've just left that swim basically to keep resting, keep pinging some hemp over there and just leaving it to rest. Did go on my worm line. My worm line produced a couple of bites, but I think they were small fish because I haven't got a heavy elastic on. But I didn't get any fish off of that rig. And I've been fishing on this top kit now most of the day, and up to this point, even up to now, and I've had a couple of roach, a couple of bleak, just sitting in the corner basically of the lake, or one of the corners. And that, you know, you can and leak and stuff. It's actually lovely timing. All similar size stamp, you know. It doesn't take much to put. I mean, it's a shame kind of keeping it here, but yeah, spaded it, can't go with it. There we go. It wouldn't take much to build up a little net full of them. I am in a minute gonna give it a try on caster because I've put some casters over the top of that maggot line. Yeah, I am in a minute gonna try and put some caster on. See if we can show you a bite. I don't know if you can see me float though. But yeah, like, to be fair, that has been the quickest bite, but I did just put fresh maggots on, so. I mean, I've had a couple of bleak. They're decent size, they're alright, about 4 or 5 ounces. And then, yeah, I'm gonna move that rig again. Reset that rig. There we go. Yeah, just sat there with this flat. I think it's a 4x14. It doesn't take many shots to. I think I have got a number 10 back shot to kind of help with the wind. And yeah, that should go under in a minute. I don't actually know if you guys can see that. Zoom back out again now. Maybe they're a bit camera shy again. Maybe that one's gone and told his mates that I'm actually recording. But yeah, so just loose feeding the odd maggot over the top when it's not too windy. And it seems to be that every time I do that and then go back in over the top, I get a bite. Maybe it's because my bait's actually falling with them maggots, I don't know. Getting another nice little, I think it's a rudd this time. Nope. Oh, I guess it is. These are the scorchies. Another nice, again, look, another nice little rudd. And that's just how it's been. I think Barry's playing around with his rods again. So I think we're going to put on one red maggot. Ooh, that's squirted everywhere. That's what she said. I'm going to put one red, one white on. And I'm just going to move these 3 number 9 shots further down. Down there. There we go. And then I'll have one more fish, or what should we say, one more or 2 more? Let's have 2 more. 2 more fish. And what we'll do is we'll then move on to cast and see if we can get any nice bigger roach. Or even pick up a boing. Oh, fish jumping over there. I have 2 more fish, and then I'm going to use Profanity on Barry for playing around with his rods. Because I'm trying to do a video and all I can hear is beep, beep, beep. Barry, I know you're probably watching this. But yeah, so we've got some maggots on out there, that's my maggot line. This one's been producing pretty much most of the day. It did slow down earlier and I moved onto the hemp line. Didn't have a single indication on the hemp line. Moved on to the worm line, I had 2 bites in there. And then yeah, Trying to put that shot to the right there. No, the wind's blowing that way. Let's put it there. I think there might be something better down there. Because I think this is roughly probably the longest time I've gone without a bite. And obviously you can't go fishing in like late spring, early summer without a lovely cold can of Coca-Cola. You can't do it, you just have to. We are coming back here tonight. So today's Saturday. We are coming back here tonight for the night. And then going home tomorrow evening. So we are going home tonight to have something quick to eat, have an hour's sleep, a couple of hours sleep, and then heading back down here again. And then I'm going to be on the pole from first light. First light. First light. First light. Do you know, I never realised how much I actually miss fishing with the pole, even just for roach. Even if they're small, do you know what I mean? It stops me from blanking. I mean, there's been, out of everyone on this lake, there's about 5 people now on this lake, including me and Barry, so that makes 7, right? So that's 7 people on this lake, only 1 person has caught carp. So I didn't really want to sit on the cart rod all day, just for it to go sideways. And so I wanted to make an interesting video for you guys, and I think this was like the best way to do it. I think there's definitely something better in my peg, and this is the part where I catch a small fish. But there is there's definitely something better in my peg. Well, I might need to change my maggot. One of the two. Right. Sorry about that, guys. The guy from across started shouting over, and obviously Barry, he's shouted back. Now I can't get a bite. So I'm going to try and get some casters on, see if there's any better fish down here on caster. I might try and make some of my casters just a little bit darker. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Well, I mean, I would, but they're just falling through the tray. Alright, casters, sorry, got distracted. Alright, I need to check that in a minute. Make sure the weights are back where they were. There's no carpet around in the edges, and I would have thought there might be some margin carp, but no. There's no margin carp there. Would have thought they'd be on top and cruising, but it's in like 2 or 3 splash. That's been about it. Let's see if I can pick out some better roach on it. There we go. I know that was a bite. I missed that one. I won't miss the next one. I think that might be best that I left that bite just there. I've got a feeling that was a better fish. Because it slowly went down and then come back up again. So it could have just been another one. Caster. They do say though, don't they, that things like worms, maggots and casters meant to be really good during spring. They're like, kind of like very natural baits. Giltfishies. First indication I'll get out, I'm going to strike. Might just mean that we have to sit here for a little bit longer, wait for a bite. There's definitely some roach in the peg though. There's definitely some roach in the peg. Could even be a perch down there. I like perch like casters, so. It's just, even though because we're fishing on casters now, doesn't mean we can't throw in some maggots. I'm waiting for the wind to stop though. Half of that ain't even going to make it down the bottom. Let's get some casters in there. I'm going to catch a caster fish, and then we're going to go on the long pole on hemp, I think. I think we should try some hemp. Hemp. Give it 20 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, let's try some hemp. It's going to be mad getting out of there though because of the wind, so I put a little tag pot on there because I kind of anticipated that it could get bad with wind. And then casters float. Even though mine are, I've got some floaters in there, but let's try some hemp. Let's try the hemp line. Let's try the hemp line, lad. Hemp line. That was a good 5 foot line though. Right, that's on. I ain't going nowhere. Alright, let's put some hemp in this pole cup. So I don't want a lot. Just a few grains. Oh, most of that went in the fucking edge, not even in the pot. lamp still on? Yes. There's no actual toe to this lake or anything, so we're all good. I'm hoping that float just buries under. Because otherwise I stayed up late last night cooking hemp for that reason. Although I might use it tomorrow. It might come in handy tomorrow. I could fill it in today. I could even fill it in today and just sleep all night tonight and just jump straight back on the pole first light. See, I'm having no indication whatsoever there. Yeah, no indication whatsoever. Now let's try it worm line. Should we put a whole worm on? Should we do a whole worm? Or just a little bit of a worm? Fuck it, let's do a worm head. Right through there. Nip half of it off. We've got a nice wriggly head. There we go. All I've got to do now, tip out the front of the units, but before I do that, just want to pull smart. Can't pulp chop worm. I mean, probably could, but it'd go everywhere. Line these up just to hit big fish. So I've just got a nice long bit of dendro, half a dendro being there. I don't know when I hit paused, but I've got half a dendron out there now. I hope it goes under with a bream or a tungsten tench. Or a nice green one. Let's keep that pole. You know, I've got to rip out there, try and keep that. You want to try and keep that pole away from that float as much as I can. Tell you what, the Superior MX-50 is actually comfortable to sit there at 30 metres. I could sit there like that if I really wanted to. Just one-handed, but it's windy and I'd just like to keep two hands on it just in case the wind picks up. Just waiting for that float to fucking bury. Just waiting for it to bury. There we go. That was a nice little flick on that. What Barry doesn't realise is he's got a bit of reed hanging down his left side of the swim. There's a carp sitting in their basket. I ain't even going to attempt to try and get it because, no, my luck, I'll be smashed up and put into the reeds and I'll end up losing the rig and everything. That's a little indication then. I can't even see the photo out there, to be honest with you. I can see like the black bit of the body and the slight orange tip. Okay, there's a bite. I'll wait for that orange tip to settle under. Hopefully we can still pick up some bream. Guys, when it's windy like this, you'll tend to find that it's much easier holding a pole with your pole tip under the water slightly. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just enough that it can't be blowing your rig out of place 24/7. Lift that float out of the water and put it back in. Try out here where I can actually see the float. Sit around properly on the box and sit there one-handed. This tree's trying to kill me. It just fucking floats the branch down onto me. I did not like the sound of that. I just heard a crunch from above me. Mate, I've just heard a crunch above me from the tree to my left. So, we're back at Bures in the same swim. Get an enormous angle and know where I am. He normally fishes right over there with the van parked up to the back of the swim. But yeah, so I've had a few hours fishing now, and I've been told I can have a keep net for silvers. No carp though, not no carp in nets. So I said that's fine. So I've agreed to that. And I'm going to see if I can get roach near them straight away. I did feed these swims about 45 minutes ago and then I've left them. I had a drink. And went for a toilet and I come back, so. I've got one line of literally the same thing, same bait, same thing. So I've got little balls of ground bait, tiny balls, literally like 2p piece size. And then I've got maggots, some micro larvae pellets, some micro pellets basically, if you don't understand what I'm saying, and some sweet corn. And then on the same set, it's the same rig for two swims basically, but on the other line is the same, but it's an extra metre out. So I'm gonna give this like 30-40 seconds. If I don't get a bite, then I'm gonna move straight over to the other swim, because I did have quite a few fish from here earlier, to be fair. I think with that sun beaming down, I think we might well come up in the water more. not on bottom, I was fishing about 3 inches, 4 inches off bottom. Buzzers had a carp last night at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the evening. And that was his PB, which is now £12, 8 ounces. And then it just literally went to go help him, which is why I put them balls in and went and gave him a hand. He had a, what was it, £10 two? £10 2-ounce mirror. So he's got a cage feeder on, he's put 2mm krills in and a 15mm rubber red pellet. So we're going to try this second one. Yeah.
How much you pulled out so far, mate?
Oh, wow. Since fishing this morning?
Yeah, it's just this morning.
I've had about 30, 35 fish. All of them roach rod, and I've had one perch and a bleak.
Not bad.
Are you getting the waggler out?
I will do. I'm going to bring in the right hand rod, I think, in a little bit. Then I'll get the waggler out and see if I can catch any more guppies. I'll leave it to it, homie.
Speak to you in a bit.
Let me know if you want a cup of coffee.
Yeah, no, I will do. See that, guys, get coffee for free. Get coffee made for me. How lovely is that? Free drinks. I don't even have to get off my box. It's like a vacation. Yeah, no, so I've been feeding this line, predominantly like with maggots. And I have had quite a few fish off of this line compared to my other line, to be fair. And when we come in on Friday, this line here was like around here on like top kitten 2. That was the line that was producing the most fish, and I feel like now Saturday this line wasn't very productive, and I didn't really fish this line yesterday. But before I went home, I did throw in quite a bit of bait on both lines, and then when we come back, I think I chucked the rod out for half an hour and then brung it in. We went and slept in the car. But this line here today has been the one that's predominantly given me fish. So I'm hoping that they're still feeding, that they're still wanting some bait. I think they might be higher up in the water. That's the problem. If they are, then they're going to see the pole. We'll see for that, because they'll grab them maggots on the drop. If that's the case, I might just put on a shorter rig, like a longer rig, sorry, and shorten the float down. Yeah, they're definitely shallow, I think. They've obviously followed that down and they've found it. I don't want to keep them up in the air, but yeah, so I don't want to keep them up in the air. However, I just dropped the maggot into my trainer. That was miles short. It's because I've got a maggot wriggling in the trainer. Now he's out. Actually, I think I can feel one in between my toes. Generally think I can feel one between my toes. Because I put on double white and nothing, tried single white, nothing, tried double red, nothing, single red, nothing. And then as soon as I put on red and white, I had a bite near enough instantly. So I thought, okay, that's what these fish want. Could well be because I'm fishing, you know, feeding red and white maggots and they're eating a mixture. That's a bit better. Let's get the pole filled up for when the next fish takes that bait. I think I literally just had a bite just as I lifted that up as well. Probably just gonna have to move the float down just by a couple of inches. Let's see. This rig, I had to, my hook length snapped this morning. I had a roach and I literally got it in there as the hook length snapped. So I am gonna have to I did have to redo the rig, sorry. Which I then made it into a t-shirt button styled rig. All number 9s, down to a couple of number 12s, just above the hook length and just below the hook length. And then my number 9 dropper is just above that hook length for about, I think, 5-6 inches away from that. Because I wanted them maggots just as that rig settled, or just slightly like kicking in, I wanted them maggots to slowly sink to kind of make it look a little bit natural. I've got a 16 kkmb barbed on. I know you're not meant to on this lake, but I don't like using barbers. The maggots come off all the time. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds. Oh, my maggots have crawled out my fucking cat bolt. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear there, but yeah, my maggots have come out my cat bolt. And what I've been doing as well, I've got the key net in, which is gonna hold. There we go. Which is gonna hold some fish later on in the day. A little roach, I think, that's it. Rudd. And I'm just literally, he's barely hooked, but he's managed to get it in his gob. There we go. Nice little stamp fish. About 20 of them in the net now. So I'm just going to try and keep that going in now. Now I'm over there. Put the scorcher back under my head. I'm fishing, I'm gonna say about 9 metres. I probably have fished about 6-7 metres to be fair to you. Don't know why I said 9 metres for. And what I'm gonna do is if I feel like it's gonna go dead, like if I feel like I'm having fish after fish, and it goes dead quiet, I might just put a worm down there. There's probably way too many maggots, but it's by the time they get anywhere near my hook bait, there'll probably only be a few left. So there's something, I did catch something in here today that I didn't actually think were in it. And that I had an okay sized bleak. And that surprised me. When I come here this weekend, obviously I don't normally float fish. This is like, I mean, my second time coming down here on the pole. And I mean, it's just like, I don't really float fish down here. Normally I just whack the card rods out. But yeah, I had a bleak yesterday, and then I had a bleak today. It just shocks me that there's like bleak in here. Let's get that little flick out there. What I might try later on in the evening, or just before we got on that, maybe an hour before we pack away, is I might just try a caster. But yeah, I've got a 0.75 gram pencil float on, I believe. No, 0.5 gram pencil float on, sorry. And I'm just using them again, I'm just using the Preston Hydro white elastic. I did try fishing with margins, but on a hard pellet on one side with some micros and cod and lunch meat on the other side, but didn't seem to be interested in it. I didn't get no bites, no nothing. What I'm actually going to try in a minute, because I've not even done this one, not even set this one up, but I'm going to try and mooch round, same distance, same rig, try and move round to my left and see if I can have any in like, because it's quite shady towards my left, so maybe there's some fish sitting in there, as it's like shady, it's not so bright. When I hooked that rod and I saw it from the sound, I knew it was a rod or a roach because I saw it further down in the water, so which tells me that this water's quite clear. I had a perch earlier on today and had a really nice perch yesterday, which was a shame because I only found out that I could have a keep net yesterday evening just after I packed up. So what I'm going to do now is just swing round fish into a shady bit over here and then see if I can get fish from here. Fishes! Let's see if I can get a fish now. I have got the rod there set up, it is on a feeder though. See if they're sitting 2 inches up everywhere. I did have a couple of fish like from further to my right, but just to the left of my first swim, my first line. So I'm just going to keep them maggots going in down there. See if I can get them back in that swim. I might even try with you guys in a minute. Just try this. I've got to swim right down here in the margins on maggots, because that's where I had a really nice perch down there yesterday. Maybe about 5-6 ounces. And I've noticed as well in this shady area, it's not so bad. Like you don't see the pole as much. Give it another 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that your bite alarm I can hear? Yeah. Is that his rod going off? We spoke to someone earlier and I think his rod's going off. Sorry, I had to go deal with an issue, so I had to cut the video short. But there's Buzzer. He's got a new nickname now. We call him Squashy.
Squashy.
Drumstick Squashies.
Red raw.
Kids, if you're listening, turn this video down. But it's like Patrick's had babies with Casper the Friendly Ghost. You say cans of Coke in the back, Val?
Back behind the driver's seat.
Okay. Oh. Where's the key? Oh.
To your pocket.
Right. Yeah, are you feeling hungry as well? Yeah. Put me on a pot noodle then. We'll have a pot noodle each, yeah? We'll have some late lunch. See this, look. You go away with Bao, he cooks your food, he brings you coffees, everything. Fuck 5-star hotel, this is my hotel. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Don't know if you guys can see that. There's loads of like reed beds all around here. And then I was fishing in the margins, just on the other side of these here. Had nothing, fish down here, because it's like bends in with all the reeds down here. Sorry, I didn't cut that video off. But yeah, so I am literally going to catch myself a roach or a perch in the edge. Most likely going to be a perch. A perch on the cave. Literally just top one kit. Literally just my top two. My top two, and that's it. I've been priming this swim all morning, all day, and all day yesterday. No. Spork will do, please. Spork will do, please. Thank you. Guys, I can't tell if I just watched that on my camera go under or not. I guess I'll see it on the footage later. But yeah. There might have been some choppy waves. Choppy doppy waves. Huh? Oh, thank you. So, I'm going to see if we can get a perch on the cave. And I've caught myself my first ever bures gudgeon. First gudgeon from bures. Yeah. Oh. First bures. Oh, first bures gudgeon. Mate, I'm doing a multi-species challenge right now. I've caught rudd, roach, perch, bleak, gudgeon. No. If I have to build weight with using gudgeon and roach and rudd, I will.
Sorry?
I reckon I've got about £2 in the net.
£2 to go.
Oh. So basically, Buzz has set me like a little target of £4. It was 8, but we changed that, and now I've got another gudgeon. So as you know, I'm the gudgeon. I'm the Preston Penguin Gudgeon Master. Oh my God!
I'm Free Willy.
Bow.
What?
He's actually got one of the maggots I've loose fed in his mouth whilst I hooked him.
No.
Yeah.
Free bugger.
You changed that language of yours. But let's see if I can get some close-ups of the float going under. Just for you guys. I'm going to hire myself a cameraman next time.
You want to do it soaking in water, that's all.
I literally done that.
Yeah.
Lifted my rig out like this, flicked it back out again, put it in there, and then boom. Oh, what's happening with that gudgeon? Why is he swimming sideways? Oh, he's trying to get out. Sorry, mate, you're stuck in there. Oh, there's a roach there too. See if I can get a perch on the cave. Do you know what I just realised, guys? I'm not even fishing out I was fishing before, am I? Because I was fishing out there. Yeah, I've got 2 number 10 backstops as well. Just to help with this like choppiness, I can hold that rig still. When's it going to go? I wonder if there's a perch in the pig. That's going to go under straight where you watch. I definitely think that, obviously I'm not fishing on bottom. I mean, I am in the edge because I'm maybe about, I don't know, a couple of inches over depth, but I don't think I am right on bottom out there. I'm like 3-4 inches off bottom. But I generally don't know. And I was tempted to take bin brace off. Do you know, most people miss these sort of areas in a match as well. Like I personally think that sometimes right in front of your keep nets can be fish. Especially a little line like this, you know. And you know what, just to see if there's any perch down, I'm going to put a worm on. I'm going to put a worm. So I don't catch any perch on the worm. I've got some worms left. And whilst I'm fishing this line, I am going to catapult some maggots out to my other lines. Which one's the tail? I think it's this end. Which one's the wriggly one? Yeah, pointy end. The pointy end's the perch end. Just going to hook it straight through the top of that. And leave a whole big dangly worm on it. Leave a whole big dangly worm. Right. This is guys a KKMB 16 Preston hook tied to a, I think it's 08 £2.10. Right, see if there's any perch down here. Perch on the give. That's stuck in my head now. I've had a load of roach, some bleak, some bob nuds, ruds. And then, yeah, slowly getting a tan while I'm at it too. He doesn't enjoy fishing. I wonder if there's actually like any predatory fish down there. I know there's pike in here. I'm going to try and worm for 10 minutes, guys, and then, well, 5 minutes, should I say, and then I'm going to switch over to the other rigs, or back over to the maggot lines. But before I do that, I'm going to keep an eye on that float while I was filling up the pole with maggots. And then I'm just going to there we go. And I've got some ground bait I need to use up too. That'll be the last of the catapult maggies. Last of the catapult magwise. I know it's a lot of maggots, guys, isn't it? But it's a hot day. They're going to come into spawning soon. I mean, I've had a roach today that had loads of like lumpy, bumpy bits on his head. So I'm just going to shorten that worm down. And I'm actually going to put the worm into a hook a bit more. Don't know, mate. A bit of worm. Let's try that now. And then, guys, all you see is a great big 20-pound pike. And all you see, guys, is a great big old 20-pound pike. Come and take that one as it's sinking. Let's see if we get a bite on a worm. I think perch and tench and bream are probably the only fish that I would generally use a worm to catch. I mean, like, obviously, if there's some bigger fish out there, then let's try and front the keeper down in his reeds. Some bit of cover for the perch. Hopefully, I don't hook on the jar. I'm going to put that further out away from my key net. But yeah, this lovely venue is on an LAA ticket, which is £65 a year. You must hold a valid UK licence. You can't fish any of the rivers that are on a ticket, obviously, until June the 16th now. On or off the ticket, really. You can't fish them until June the 16th unless they're canals or landlocked. But don't come down here and just whack a keep in. Ask for permission first. Otherwise you might get in trouble. I mean, I know someone got in trouble the other day because they left the second gate open after they'd come in. I think they might just want a single red maggot. Oh, I can't make up what I want to do on this rig yet. So let me just walk you through the rig. So, let's take all this junk off this. So I've got a 6-inch. Say 6-inch. I think that might. Yeah, I've just gone. So maybe I say 7-inch because it ends there. 7-inch hook length, which is 08. It is. No, it's 09. 09 reflow power line, which is £2 2 ounces, just in case people don't know. And then I've got £3 2 main line. And going up the line from just on the hook length, just by before the knot of the hook length. I've got 2 number 12s, one above the hook length, one below. But going up towards the float, I've got a number 9 from 18 inches onwards, going all the way up every, I say 3 or 4 inches, then just slowly spreading out and then coming back again. So they're all numbered 9s. I don't know if you can see that front of here. They're all number 9s, going up on the up line, and then literally just above the 60-inch mark on the top kit, I've got a 0.5 gram pencil float, which is working lovely today. I mean, I was using a 4x14 yesterday, but just felt like I was just missing a lot of bites. They're very delicate bites. And then I've got 2 number 10, I'd say about 18 inches of line there between my actual my connector to my pole float. And then I've got a number 10 and then another number 10. So I've got 2 number 10s. Let me try and get my hand in there. So 2 number 10s on there, one near my middle finger, one near my palm. And that's just if it's windy or the breeze is picked up, I can put this shot under the water, still leave this out of the water if I need to. Or if it gets too windy, I can just put both of them under the water. And it just holds the pole float back as well. Which I can tell this is going to be probably one of my river rigs by the end of the day. It's quite a nice deep rig. I'm probably fishing about 4 foot, 3.5, 4 foot. However, I am going to now try a single red maggot in the edge. I'm just going to drop some of these micros down the edge as well. Right in the edge down there. I've got a single red maggot on there now. We're going to go back out onto our short line. And we're going to see if there's any fish on that short line. I mean, I'm hoping there might be something. Right, Rod? Yeah. Mm. And, yeah, we're going to try the short line. Try the short line. Try this short line, see if the short line's paying off. Or if the short line's not going to offer me anything. And then I'm going to go and put a cad pot on this top kit, drop in a nug of ground bait, casters and hemp, and just see if I can pick up any fish on the long line. Yeah, guys, if you can drop me a follow on TikTok, it's literally Preston Penguin. As soon as you search in Preston Penguin, my one will come up. We've just hit 1K on our main account, and we've just hit 400 on my other account. And if you're not already, please subscribe, because it gives me the motivation to get out and do more of these videos for you. And there's 9 of you subbed already, so that's amazing. Thank you to you all. But if we can get more, we'll get more, okay? But yeah, anyway, back to the main reason of the video. I'm just trying to catch as many roach and rudd as I can, and potentially picking out some of the bonus fish as well. Or some of the better roach and rudd anyway. So I'll have one more fish on this short line, and I'll go back onto the long line, and I will try and catch some fish on the long line. And hopefully that works, because I can then shut the video off and then see you later on. But hopefully I'll catch them first. I've got to catch them first before I do that, ain't I? I can't leave you lot guessing. Right, for some reason that swim's gone dead quiet. So we're just going to try and catch one more fishies from this swim, and then 2 from the other swim. Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally just under the tree, so there's no chance of me catching his line.
Oh, okay.
But he's sitting on 3 swims.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, so 1 in each one. And 2 42 netters. Size net, 42 inch nets. Oh, on. Thanks very much.
It's alright.
That's a nice one.
Just a little rudd. 100%. Right, I'm just going to move over to the other line in a second. Some of them casters are really darkened because I've not got wet enough from there. Just got to dampen that ground bait back up again. There we go. It's done. Right. Let's turn that pot upside down so the wind can't catch it and blow it away. Let's disconnect this. Sounds silly, but that's how I've been catching my fish on this long line. I've been putting a cad pot on this, putting the cad pot on there, setting it up the line. Oh man, that's it. I've been making somewhat of a small ball that just fits in there, and I've been shipping it out to the long line. Flicking that out, laying that in, and then coming back to where I know my float's going to come to, which will be about there. I'm just going to flick that out. Oh, well, was going to flick that out. I was going to flick the rig back out and reset it, but I caught a little roach. It's got to be the smallest one in the net. So, let's try that again. Ow, if I didn't hook myself. Everything's going sideways now, isn't it? I don't even think you've got to sort that. But yeah, so I just put in a little nug. I'll tell you what, I'll just do it again. You ready? I'll do it again. So if there's little fish like that up in the water, that nugget ain't going to make it down to midway anyway. So I'm not done it like really hard. I'm just squeezing it so it's like, and it's damp as well. So I want it to break up midway down and just leave a trail all the way down to the bottom. Or near enough like 3 inches from the bottom. So it's still like, it's like a paste. Like a wet paste, that ground bait. And just putting these sections on, like so. Slowly getting it out there, because I don't want to tangle the rig, I don't want to knock the ground bait out there. Right, and then I'm going to get comfortable. Get comfortable out there, and I'm just going to turn it round. That's in. I'm just going to lay my rig in there. Well, I say lay it in there, but have I even got a maggot on that? Yeah, I have. So I'm just going to lay that in there. That's right above that float now. So I've got like a good, I don't know, about a foot, 2 foot, and I say a foot, of a ground bait ball on either side, to my left and to my right. So I'm on the left side now, so I can fish on the other side of that shadow. And that's where the 2 nuggets I've got of ground bait and hempen thing have gone in. And it just seems to be that as soon as I do that, it pulls out them better stamp roach and rudd. Like, look at that roach. It's a stunning roach. I've had a couple bigger than that today. It's a lovely roach. But as soon as I put them nuggets in of ground bait, them better fish just seem to come up. And they might, I'm guessing it breaks up mid-water, about 2 foot down, and then they're coming up to find out any loose feeds. One more fish on that long line, and then I'm going to cut the video short. Oh, lovely. Perfect timing. So I've got I worked it out, right there, on that left side of that tree shadow, in line there, I've got, yeah, that big tree over the back there, in line, that one. That shadow I've got, it's about a foot in it. So I've got one little nugget of ground bait been plopped in there, and I've got one nugget on the right side. And for me, it just seems like every time I plop a nugget in, I seem to pick out them better roach and rudd. If I was to sit in now and wait, I'll probably get one, but it might not be as nice. I'll say nice, they're all nice, but maybe not as big. Yeah, no. No, I got that. I got the perch on there as well. I just didn't have it in the keep net. But today I'm hoping I have about at least £2, £2.5 that net. Some of them fish probably don't even weigh like an ounce. Just gonna reset that rig. No, I'm gonna reset the rig. I've got one maggot. I'm being stingy. Yeah, no. I'm gonna pack. There we go. There we go. It's another nice. Oh, it's another nice rod. Nice little swing one. Swing to hand. It's a lovely little rod. So, you've seen me fish all 3 of my lines on one rig. Anything is possible. So, you guys can do it as well. You don't need to have expensive gear to do it. I prefer Preston Innovations, and their gear, I feel confident in it. They're very tough and durable and high quality. I know some people can't, afford such high brand. You know, a pole with 1,500 quid. Not many people have got 1,500 quid on it for a pole, but it will do the same job as maybe a 13 metre Garbolino or a Shimano or something like that. So, but yeah, all I've been using today has been a mixture of Census Lake, Census Breadcrumb, I think, or Breadcrumb and Census Lake, and then Census, I think it might have been F1 or a river or something like that. And I've just been loose feeding some, I'll show you. Just been loose feeding some normal 2 mil sonar baits, micros. But what I've done is I've actually soaked them in some sonar baits, salted caramel glug, which turns them to that yellowy, orangey colour. And they smell amazing. And then all I've been doing as well is getting some red and white maggots, put them in a pulp, pulp them out. That ground bait, I've over wet it a little bit this morning so it dried out. And then I've wetted it again so it's just like a stodge. So now when I put it in, it just breaks up as soon near enough a foot down into the water, which is perfect. And the best way to test if it breaks down properly is, well, drop it in the edge and find out. But you'll all see the videos and photos of tonight. So speak to you guys soon. Dot.
Hold on. What was the weight?
£6 on the dot.
Let's have a look. Ain't bad, go on.
£6 on the dot. Right, so this is the end result. I've had loads of roach, some perch, and a skimmer, and they were all on them maggot lines. I'd say this is the biggest skimmer, and the biggest roach has definitely got to be this one. A lovely roach. Right, yeah, we're gonna put them back. Probably pop down there at some point again for another day out. Do you want to get a quick photo of them with me? For me? Is that right? Mate, I was only £2 off your little off your thing.